In his final year, King David was no longer the fierce shepherd warrior who once chased lions with bare hands or faced giants with a sling. His hair had turned silver, his steps had slowed, and the weight of victories and failures gathered like shadows around him. Yet his heart, still burning with devotion to God, remained stronger than ever. Age weakened his body, but his spirit stayed sharp and awake. Many nights he lay on his bed in the palace, whispering psalms into the quiet air, remembering the days when he danced before the ark with all his strength. But deep inside, a troubling ache lived in him, unfinished work. God had promised that his son would build the temple, and David wanted to make sure nothing would stand in the way of that promise. Meanwhile, tension moved through the palace like a silent wind. His son Adonijah, handsome and ambitious, took advantage of David's frailty. He declared himself king without David's blessing, gathering chariots, horsemen, and loyal followers. Word spread quickly through Jerusalem. David is old. David is finished. A new king now rises. But David still carried the authority God had given him. When Bathsheba and the prophet Nathan revealed Adonijah's rebellion to him, something fierce awakened in the old king. With his final surge of strength, he commanded that Solomon, the son chosen by God, be anointed as the rightful king. And so, with the blast of horns echoing across Jerusalem and the streets bursting with celebration, Solomon took his place as Israel's true ruler. Not long after, Solomon stood by his father's bedside. Sunlight filtered gently through the window as David held his son's hand, his voice weak but his spirit resolute. He spoke the words of a man who had lived through every season life could offer: joy, sorrow, triumph, and repentance. "Be strong," he said. "Be courageous. Walk in the ways of the Lord. Keep his commands, that you may prosper in all you do." He gave Solomon counsel for ruling the kingdom, reminded him of the men who had helped or harmed him, and passed down the plans for the temple, the dream David would never live to see completed. In the final weeks, David often asked to be carried to the palace rooftop, the same place he had walked as a young king. From there he could see Jerusalem, the city he conquered, the city he loved. He would raise his trembling hands toward heaven and pray, "My life has been in your hands. You lifted me from the pasture to the throne, and now take me home." His mind traveled through the memories of God's goodness. The God who found him watching sheep, strengthened him in the cave of Adullam, forgave him after his darkest fall, and crowned him with mercy again and again. When the end came, it came gently. Surrounded by Solomon, Bathsheba, and his closest servants, David breathed his last. His passing was peaceful, dignified, and full of God's presence. He had ruled for 40 years. He had sung psalms that would outlive kingdoms. And though his body rested, his legacy, through which Jesus would one day come, continued unbroken. King David, the shepherd, the warrior, the poet, the beloved king, finally slept with his fathers,